Hi, this is a recording where we're going to talk about the 5 types of common chemical reactions, and then I'm also going to help you predict products. So the 5 types of reactions are synthesis, which can be, here's one example, like sodium metal plus chlorine, which is diatomic, and then it forms sodium chloride. And you have to remember when you get to the product here that you do have to balance charge. So you have to look up charges and make sure that you're writing that formula correctly. So then after that, I would balance. And yeah, so synthesis is always going to have just one product on the right side. Decomposition is really the opposite of synthesis. So for example, water will, if you apply electricity to it, it will break up into its elements. The only tricky part is to remember that both hydrogen and oxygen are diatomic. So then you would need to balance. So we would need to put those two coefficients in. Single replacement reactions, we're going to talk about these in more detail. I'll just do one with you. So aluminum plus copper 2 chloride. We're going to be using the activity series, so assuming this reaction does happen, the aluminum would have to be more reactive than the copper. If it happens, then the copper will be kicked out and the aluminum will go with the chlorine. This is another one where I would have to think about charge so that I write the formula correctly. And then balancing, we would need 6 chlorines, and then we're good. Double replacement is when you have 2 ionic compounds. Different than the single replacement, you had one single and a compound. So here we go. Aluminum sulfate, so I'm balancing charge to write this, plus barium nitrate. And then what's really happening, the way I picture it, is the 2 metals are switching. So I think of, okay, aluminum's going to go over here and be with the nitrate, barium's going to come over here and be with the sulfate. So that leaves me with, and I'm going to come down here, aluminum nitrate, and again I have to balance charge when I write that formula, and barium sulfate. And barium is +2, sulfate's -2. So there's just going to be 1 of each. So then balancing, I'm going to need to have 6 of the nitrates, 3 sulfates, and 2 aluminums. Combustion reactions are when we have a hydrocarbon. So it could be, some carbon, some hydrogen, and sometimes oxygen reacts with oxygen and then forms carbon dioxide plus water. So for these, you're always going to have these 3 constants in a combustion reaction. So that is just introduction to types of reactions and predicting products.